So, hey.
Let's see. Drop some music on them real quick.
I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you. I'm just a man on his way to the moon, wishing the rocket would go faster. All the stars remind me of you, yeah they do. I'm on my way to you.
Like, who can have the longest one?
Oh, that reminds me of Game of Thrones and the Dothraki. You know, if you've never been defeated, then you have like the longest tail. But if you've been defeated, then they cut off your ponytail to show that you've been done in if they don't kill you. It's like Highlander, but with the tails. There can only be one.
Didn't they cut their heads off in Highlander?
They did.
It's like Highlander, but anyway, good morning. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Canna-Joe Morning Show live. Today is January the 19th, 18th. I'm Michael Ford.
I'm Alicia.
And I am Vari the Man. Thank you guys for joining us. Dab and Dave. We're going to give a dab to him, even though he's not here.
What about Jenny? Shout out Jenny. Couldn't make it on today. A couple of our crew members, we're going to turn up for him. You said they over there turning up. Turn up. Anyway. Beats.
So yeah, we do got some awesome articles for you guys today. I think we got a pretty decent show. So I think we'll start it off with this one, which I thought was pretty dope. There's a U.S. Senate candidate who had there we go. U.S. Senate candidate smokes marijuana blunt in campaign ad about harms of criminalization, which is pretty dope. Fresh off the press this morning. It says 18 seconds ago, but that's probably like, I don't know, minutes now. Damn, he just looks like a boss. Look at that. That's probably, what is that? You think it's backwoods?
Yeah, it looked like it may be a backwood.
Yeah, okay. So I'm running for the Senate. So candidates seeking to represent Louisiana in the U.S. Senate released a campaign ad on Tuesday that puts marijuana front and center. Democrat Gary Chambers sits in an armchair in a field smoking a cannabis blunt and lists statistics about the harms of criminalization. The ad is titled 37 Seconds, a reference to a research finding that police in the U.S. make a marijuana-related arrest every 30 seconds on average. Alicia, I think I got a echo coming from you.
Do I have to turn down my thingy-me-bob?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I'm a barber. Vari, we can actually share this video in the restream, right?
Okay. Am I echoey now? Is it
Much better. Thanks. Tight. Yeah, I think we let's check it out. Let's see if we can finagle that. So I'm gonna do this.
Every 37 seconds.
Oops, hold on. I'm actually gonna stop sharing for 1 second.
Yeah.
Restream. Share this real quick.
Yeah, we could switch it to a side by side.
Wow. Side by. Oh,
Oh, you might need to make that one full screen, the video.
Okay. So
Dang,
All right.
technicalities.
we getting it though. So here, I'm just gonna run this real quick. Oh no.
Just go ahead and play it in the thing, Vari.
My computer switch screens on me. So I gotta switch monitors. So you see we got a little technical difficulties here. There it goes. Okay, so
Every 37 seconds, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws, over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
Gary Chambers running for the U.S. Senate, and he approves that message.
Ooh, that stogie. Ooh, he was. It's like, you know what? I'm ready for smoke this joint. Yeah, that's what it is, though, man. You're seeing more and more people, you know, being open about their cannabis use. So that's dope. Was there more to the article, Vari?
Yep, there sure is. So in the ad, I'm not sure like how the audio came out, but it says Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. It says states waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. And he says that all between puffs of this blunt. So while marijuana hasn't been legalized for adult use in Louisiana, possession of up to 14 grams was decriminalized last year and is now punishable by a fine of $100. And in New Orleans, where the ad was filmed, police recently announced that they would no longer be issuing citations over simple possession of cannabis alone. The governor also signed a bill last year to let patients in the state's medical program legally smoke whole marijuana flower, which is pretty dope. Oh, hey, shout out to your home state. Hey, give it up. For too long, candidates have used the legalization of marijuana as an empty talking point in order to appeal to progressive voters, Chambers said in a press release. I hope this ad works to not only destigmatize the use of marijuana, but also forces a new conversation that creates the pathway to legalize this beneficial drug and forgive those who were arrested due to outdated ideology. Chambers, a longstanding social justice advocate in Baton Rouge, who previously ran for a U.S. Senate seat, is running against incumbent Senator John Kennedy, a Republican from Louisiana, who hasn't sponsored cannabis-related legislation since entering office in 2017. So this is his Facebook ad there. Twitter post. In the press release, Chambers said he's supportive of harnessing opportunities by pursuing expungement, HOPE Act, a congressional bill introduced by bipartisan lawmakers last month that would incentivize states and local governments to expunge cannabis records in their jurisdictions. He also backs the he also backed the Secure and Fair Enforcement Safe Banking Act, another bipartisan bill to protect financial institutions that service state legal cannabis businesses. That legislation has cleared the House in some form 5 times, but has consistently stalled in the Senate. Chambers isn't the first person running for Congress who's been open about flouting federal marijuana prohibition. Anthony Clark, an Illinois candidate who ran an unsuccessful primary challenge against a Democratic congressional incumbent in 2020, made waves after he smoked marijuana in a campaign ad while discussing his personal experience with cannabis and the need for federal reform. He also hosted what he called the first ever congressional weed party in a campaign video. Also that year,
That's
Democratic
not
candidate.
true, but okay.
What did he? What? Hold on. Let's rewind it. Okay, so it's not true. You say?
Tell us
What he called the first ever congressional weed party.
Yeah, that's what he says.
So what's legal marijuana now?
exactly.
Or grassroots legalized cannabis, both major political parties.
Well,
Anyway, what were you saying, Larry?
I'm thinking maybe he means
From Louisiana, maybe.
not like a weed party. You know what I'm saying? Like with like a congressional weed party with congressional people. I don't know. We gotta look at that campaign video to find out more, but we're not gonna do that right now.
Anyway, yeah.
It's like still, we did that first. But still.
Yeah, okay.
You can have it.
I know our parties are major political parties. I don't think there's any other major political parties across the nation that are marijuana specific, but okay. Also that year, is that where we have our?
Yeah. Also that year, a Democratic candidate for a House seat to represent Oregon frequently discussed consuming and cultivating cannabis herself. A sitting member of Congress has never publicly smoked marijuana, but several lawmakers have visited marijuana farms, companies, and state legal dispensaries. Rep. James Comer bought CBD oil products he used to a committee hearing in 2019. Washington State Governor Jay Inslee said in 2019 that while he doesn't smoke marijuana, I do grow it legally. But a spokesperson later clarified that he was broadly referring to legal cultivation in the state. So,
Yep.
yeah. I wonder if there's weed balloons and stuff. Oh, Alicia's gone.
Oh, he said, I went here to read the, oh, she's a zombie. Did it scare you or something?
Oh, yeah.
He said, anyway. Yeah, dope. Ward, did you have another article? Or should I go into what we got coming up this week? Do we got anything coming up this week?
Yeah. Saturday. We got something coming up Saturday.
The 22nd.
Of this
Dang,
month.
time flies fast, man.
I know, right?
Did you have another article or you want me to just go into it? This Saturday, January the 22nd, Minnesota Normal will be hosting a caucusing event. So we're going to train you how to get involved in the political process. If you want more information on that event, you can go to MN Normal on Facebook and you'll get all the details on the event. We'll be updating the event with the online link where you can join to view our online training if you want to get involved in that process. Is there anything else we got going on? Not that I know of. Oh, Monopoly tournament. We'll keep you posted on that. Back to you, Vari, with the whatever. Oh, Lucia's back. She got
hey.
She's rifling in the bag. It looks like she's gonna pull something out and set it on the table. Shout out to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, everywhere we're at. I'm not at. Shout out to John, Jessica Defoe. Good morning. I don't know that we got other. Oh, there we go.
What up, Facebook user? Hope you guys are doing well. Okay, and I dropped that article. Okay, dope.
Everything is good.
Everything is good. So this one I think is a fairly short one, but I thought it's pretty dope on where we're heading. So top federal drug official says that the train has left the station. on psychedelics as reform movement spreads. Those are albino, and they kind of look like albino. They kind of look like true albino teachers, golden teachers. A top federal drug official says that the train has left the station on psychedelics. The National Institute on Drug Abuse, NIDA, director Nora Volkow, remember her? We hear her name all the time.
Yeah. She's big now.
What else was she on?
She talks about she's talking about how like the studies didn't prove that there was increased youth use in legal states. I believe she also talked about studies didn't show that there was an improved impairment with driving with cannabis. And then she's also talked about the therapy, psychedelic therapy as well, and how it may be something that needs to be looked at. And then she also talked about how cannabis needs to be studied at the consumer level, not from like the hemp from Mississippi State, but like actual consumer out of dispensaries, so they can study what consumers are smoking on. So she's been in here quite a
couple times.
A few times. She said that people are going to keep using substances such as psilocybin, especially as the reform movement expands and there's increased attention being drawn to the potential therapeutic benefits. And so researchers and regulators will need to keep up. Comments came at a psychedelics workshop Volkow's agency co-hosted with the National Institute of Mental Health last week. Okay. The NIDA official said that to an extent, it's been overwhelming to address new drug trends in the psychedelic space. But at the same time, she sees an incredible opportunity to also modify the way that we are doing things. What is it that the National Institute of Health can do to help accelerate research in this field so that we can truly understand what are the potentials and ultimately the application of interventions that are brought based on psychedelic drugs, Volkow said. The director separately told Marijuana Moment on Friday in an email statement that part of the challenge for her agency and researchers is the fact that psychedelics are strictly prohibited as a Schedule I drug under the Federal Controlled Substances Act. Researchers must obtain a Schedule I registration, which, unlike obtaining registrations for Schedule II substances, which include fentanyl, methamphetamine, and cocaine, is administratively challenging and time-consuming, she said. This process may deter some scientists from conducting research on Schedule I drugs, which includes marijuana. In response to concerns from researchers, NIDA is involved in interagency discussions to facilitate research on Schedule I substances, adding that the agency is pleased the DEA recently announced plans to significantly increase the quota of certain psychedelic drugs to be produced for use in research. It will also be important to streamline the process of obtaining Schedule I registrations to further the science on the substances, including examining their therapeutic potential, she said. At Thursday's event, the official talked about how recent federally funded surveys showed that fewer college-age adults are drinking alcohol and are instead opting for psychedelics and marijuana. She discussed the findings in an earlier interview with Marijuana Moment as well. That's pretty cool. So, nice. So she goes on to say, let's learn from history. Let's see what we have learned from the marijuana experience. While studies have found that marijuana use among young people has generally remained stable or decreased amid the legalization movement, there has been an increase in cannabis consumption among adults, she said. And this is likely to happen with psychedelics as more and more attention is placed on these psychedelic drugs. I think to a certain extent, with all the attention that the psychedelic drugs have attracted, the train has left the station and that people are going to start to use it. People are going to start to use it whether the Food and Drug Administration approves or not. There are numerous states with localities where psychedelics reform is being explored and pursued both legislatively and through ballot initiative processes. On Wednesday, during the first part of the two-day federal event that saw nearly 4,000 registrants across 21 time zones, NIM Director Joshua Gordon stressed that his agency has been supporting research on psychedelics for some time. We think that NIM's interest in studying psychedelics, both in terms of proving that they work and also in terms of demonstrating the mechanism by which they work, he said. NIM has a range of different funding opportunity announcements and other expressions that are priorities aimed at mechanistic focus and mechanistic approach to drug development. Meanwhile, Volkow has made connections between psychedelics and the federal response to the coronavirus pandemic. She said, for example, that the survey data showing increased use of psychedelics may be a way that people are using to try to escape the situation. But she also drew a metaphor saying that just how the pandemic forced federal health officials to accelerate the development and approval of COVID-19 vaccines because of the urgency of the situation, one could argue that actually there is an urgency to bring treatments such as emerging psychedelic medicines for people that are suffering from severe mental illnesses, which can be devastating. But as Volkow pointed out, the Schedule I classification for these substances under federal law inhibits such research and development. The official has also repeated, highlighted, and criticized the racial disparities in drug criminalization enforcement overall. That is that. If you guys would like to check out this article, I'll drop it in the comments and you can read it and share it with all your friends.
Crazy. They just need to go ahead and take that and then
Yo, morning Facebook user.
Facebook user, good morning, Camille.
What up, what up?
Late but here. Camille, what up? I seen you was on the Oculus today. You should have jumped on with us. I guess you don't have the link. Maybe we can send the link, man. I don't know. I guess we can invite people to join the live show if they wanted, right?
Yeah, what's going on?
Should we drop the Oculus link in the description tomorrow, possibly, for the workroom? Because then they could join the workroom. That'll be weird.
I think we can change it.
What's that?
We change it to audience or like with the stage mode. Is that in here?
Yes.
I think we can do a stage in here too.
We can do room to a presentation.
Yeah.
like schedule, I guess, a meeting or something, and then.
Well, I think we use the same. Oh.
Yeah.
I think we use the same. Oh, no people back there.
You sitting over
So,
there?
what's that?
Yeah. Okay.
So as you can see over here, we got the data points that point to the thing over here.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
What were we in conversation?
Oh my gosh,
Let's
did
see.
you guys hear that? That was funny. He was oh, wow. You guys
This one
can hear
works
me?
too.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, they were talking about Pokemons. He went to a job interview.
Oh. This one works too. I don't know. We could try out different stuff,
Oh,
see how it
there's
goes.
different
Man.
way. I liked it the other one where, but Vari was at the podium. You were at
The podium.
And-
So do we just switch seats when somebody's going to speak? Yeah. So.
Oh,
Oh.
wow. This is so dope.
So and then I
viewers
think
on there, 5 viewers.
as people
Yeah.
jump on, it'll get bigger. So maybe we'll have a round table.
Have a large round table that scrolls all the way. Yeah. I think this would probably be the best.
Mm-hmm. and then as it goes, it probably just stretches more.
Yeah.
I like we can
Block fire.
adjust our tables.
Yeah. What did you guys think about the studio? Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in to the Canna-Joe. We can talk after the Canna-Joe Morning Show live. Thank you guys. We're gonna get some links. Drop the workroom link in the description, maybe, Fari. And then when we share it, if you're on Oculus, but how would they get to it from Oculus?
It would take them, like the link would take them to here, the workroom. They probably would have to, download workrooms first.
There's like when you go on your computer, it'll say like connect with your Oculus.
Oh yeah.
Or use your computer. So if that Oculus, they can hit that, they'll should be able to connect them. I would think.
Not sure, but we'll get it figured out. But yeah, studio was kind of dope. We got to put some more stuff together. Vari's working on jacuzzi. What else we need in there? Some other stuff in there too, so we can have a nice spot. So if you didn't get a chance to go check out Canna-Joe's and you're on Oculus VR, going to Horizon Worlds, you can find Canna-Joe's. I think it's published. Might need to share the link to that. If there's nothing else, man, get on up out of here. I'm finna go put this knee up or something, man.
Yeah, elevated.
Elevated. 24/7.
Medicate. Elevate.
That's the chant. 2022. Anyway, all right, you guys. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Stay safe. Sorry, you want to drop some jewels?
Jonas.
Yeah. So I guess if happy is important to you, you should try this instead. Instead of regretting all that you don't have, start celebrating all that you do have, like little things.
The little things.
Yeah.
The little things.
I always said
Cold ass days. I'm like, man, I'm happy we got heat in this bitch.
Sheesh. Happy I got snow boots.
Oh yeah.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. We're out of here.